entering service, as a matter of procedure, every newly built vehicle must go through the so-called approval stage, a series of tests certifying that the machine meets safety requirements.
We add this weight for approval so that the machine is tested under load conditions. In other words, we have to simulate the maximum mass the machine will have during its working phase. For example, here you can see the dust it will extract during operation, and we simulate that with ballast.
And the weighing stage doesn't take place on Schutzer's premises. Instead, we head over to the Matiza company, also located in the municipality of Bussigny. Pulled by Rhino number 2, the GRIZZLY has to make its way among regular trains passing through the station. We are currently carrying out a shunting maneuver. At a significantly reduced speed, we take a service track that leads us directly to the specialized facilities of Matiza, the company commissioned by the Federal Office of Transport to certify these construction vehicles. The train is now carefully positioned on a track equipped with a weighing system.
So we weigh the machine at this stage so we can accurately calculate important metrics, including things like the braking distance, the left to right weight distribution, and the clearance height.
This new construction machine has been in development for over 2 years. Dozens of people, each with their own expertise, have worked tirelessly to create it from scratch, from the chassis to the roof, from electrical systems to mechanics. Some unique know-how.
Hello, my name is Florent. I've been a fabrication welder at Scheuser for 2.5 years, working on the GRIZZLY 108E project, welding everything from driving supports to cab supports, basically all the welding on the machine. And these welds are certified, which means every detail really matters. So we are qualified personnel, and there's no room for error. These welds have to be 100% reliable.
Another crucial step we wanted to follow is the twisting test, an essential structural assessment. So no, we're not going to determine whether the train is more left-handed or right-leaning. First, the entire vehicle is carefully raised in order to position the hydraulic jacks. This twisting test involves deliberately twisting the train's chassis, putting the structure to the test. This allows us to check that the structure deforms sufficiently to handle any irregularities in the track. If the structure is too rigid, it could lead to a dangerous derailment when the vehicle is subjected to strong mechanical stresses.
Twisting tests are used to ensure the machine safety against derailment, which is a critical safety requirement. We monitor the unloading of the wheels on the left and right sides, for example, when the machine is twisted as it moves along the track.
We've just seen several tests that are essential here for certification. Nicholas, hello.
Bonjour Mathis.
You're responsible for this part for Scheuser. What does approval entail?
Approval is the official regulatory process in Switzerland that allows the FOT, the Federal Office of Transport, to validate and issue the formal authorization required for us to operate the train on the Swiss railway network.
So, I guess it's really essential in order to operate the vehicle?
In fact, if we don't get this approval, the train cannot be operated and it cannot run on the railway network. So, approval allows us to validate the technical and safety aspects of the train and to ensure that the train fully complies with the standards so that it can be used on the Swiss railway network.
This is a brand new vehicle, so the document has to be created for the first time. Is it final, or does it have to be renewed regularly?
In fact, this document remains on board the train throughout its entire life, because the train first receives a provisional approval, and then, once all the tests have been successfully completed and all the technical and safety documents are submitted to the FOT, the train will receive its final operating permit. but during the train's operational lifetime, technical modifications and upgrades may be made to improve performance or safety. In such cases, if these are significant, the train must seek a new operating permit. To do so, we have to request this new approval from the Federal Office of Transport, which will officially permit the train to be modified in accordance with the law and current standards, and will enable Scheuze to operate it fully legally.
Regarding the Federal Office of Transport, we expected to see their staff here today for the approval process. Why aren't they here?
Well, the Federal Office of Transport does not actually come on site during the tests. First, because we document our tests with a comprehensive safety file, which is the specific document that is validated by the Federal Office of Transport. And second, when we conduct tests, for example here with the Matiza company, we validate the tests with companies that are themselves fully certified for this approval process. In the event of a problem, the FOT can refer the issues to external companies, and it is these companies that come on site to validate any concepts that seem to be incorrect or that pose a problem for approval.
Approval is an absolutely essential step in authorizing a vehicle on the railway network. Thank you very much, Nicholas.
Thank you.
See you soon.